A bail and legal professions bill to be approved by Parliament by year-end. An alcohol and drug policy for Dominica and Inland Revenue Division assesses the public's response to its e-filing system. I am Miriam Graham with the Channel 5 News. Details coming up.
Cashwiz is the one-of-a-kind pawn shop in Dominica. We'll trade all your old and used appliances for cash, grant loans applicable to the value of your vehicle and other appliances. A community service-oriented organization actively involved in building communities and empowering the young while partnering with social groups for nation building. So come to Cashwiz Dominica on the corner of Stibble Street and St. Johnson's Avenue, Pottersville, Roseau. Call us today at 440-5555. Check us out on Facebook or email dominica@cashwiz.com.
Fresher taste, fresh new look. Also available in original, wheat, brand oat, and multigrain. Rix makes it better.
Shopping is a lot easier with Quartz Ready Finance. Choose what you want from our wide range of quality products, and we take care of the rest. Quartz Ready Finance's affordability means there's no deposit. There's no need for a lump sum of cash. It's flexible, which means you choose your payment term and you're guaranteed the lowest monthly payments anywhere. Best of all, it's easy. Easy to get and easy to pay. Shop at Quartz today and get what you want hassle-free. Quartz Ready Finance. Easy, affordable, flexible.
Topping the news, a bail bill and a legal professions bill are likely to go before Parliament for approval by year-end.
Once the bills are passed in Parliament, they will be enacted into law and referred to as an act. A bail act will allow magistrates and judges to follow certain guidelines for granting or denying bail to an accused, while a legal professions act will govern the professional conduct of lawyers and prevent unauthorized practice of law. Attorney General Levi Peters says both bills have been on his agenda for a long period.
The Bail Act and the Legal Profession Act are currently with the Bar Association and have been with them for some time. They've been reviewing them with a view to making comments so that we could take them forward. It was my desire that those two acts should be enacted and on our statute books before the expiration of the first half of this year. We are getting very close to that. I haven't yet received the feedback from the Bar Association. It's my understanding that they have been and are actively addressing those two acts, and so I hope that if we have their response shortly and we further review the matter, I still hope that we can stay on schedule and have the Bail Act and indeed the Legal Profession Act passed in Parliament this year, hopefully.
Meantime, President of the Bar Association, Mary Roberts, told Channel 5 News on Wednesday that she has no issues with regulation of the legal profession. She says that a special committee of the Bar Association is reviewing the legal professions bill to present it to its general body. After this process, Roberts says they expect to submit the document to the Office of the Attorney General by the end of April. Roberts explained that the association has reviewed legal professions bills under the helm of Attorney Michael Bruni as far back as 9 years ago. She says that bill has continuously been sent to the Bar Association for review. Idona John Baptist, Channel 5 News.
In more top stories, Director of the Drug Abuse Prevention Unit says an alcohol and drug policy is in the pipelines for Dominica. Jacinta Barnett says they are currently putting the necessary documents in place to conduct a consultation on April 29.
We want to look at the issue of marketing and advertising. We also want to look at the issue of underage drinking because we know that there's a problem in Dominica, and we want to look at issues of community response, how communities can respond and assist, in that area. So it's something that it's in the work. It's not something that that will happen on the 29th. It's just the beginning of the process. Sometimes when you develop policy, it might take a year to really get the policy ready. So, but at least I can say we are already beginning, the first step. We had a meeting yesterday with PAHO Country Program Officer.
Bani says the information they will be presenting to their stakeholders who will be responsible for formulating the policy.
They too need to make a contribution into the document so that they can have ownership of that document. The stakeholders will be many. You'd have the churches, you'd have the Ministry of Education, you'd have the welfare department, you have the prison, the health system itself, the primary healthcare system. So a number of we have identified over maybe 50 stakeholders to be involved in that process.
In more news now, the second phase of the Silver Lake Housing Project is projected to be completed in 6 months.
Like the previous building nearby, the new apartment block is expected to cater to 6 families. A unique feature about this project is that it provides gainful employment for youth while at the same time helping them gain much needed on-the-job experience.
This time, as I said, we have registered with the Youth Division a number of some 24 young men. And we want to give them more of the opportunity. So we'll be having more high-powered persons, instructors in the field of carpenters, masons, construction workers themselves, general builders, who will be able to assist these men. As I said earlier on, we want them to do the work. And it's a learning process, so we have to give way for this little give and take. And working along them will be some more skilled men, the real carpenters. So we're looking at a workforce of, let us say, between 34 to 39 persons being engaged because of the training aspect.
TNT and government, through the Youth Division, will jointly meet the cost of training these young people.
We cut back some of the other works where we employees, so we can make provisions for them because they would be employed full-time. You understand? They will be paid a wage just like if they were working anywhere else. It's not a stipend. You're talking of men who have responsibilities at their home. And some of them in the past worked on that very project. But we are saying that we do not want men to just work and at the end of the exercise that they have not learned a skill. We want to ensure that when our men leave that project or any other project that we are involved in, I can hire them from the semi-skilled to a fully skilled carpenter. So you're a fully skilled mason, an electrician. We have some women on board with us and they will be learning the electrical skills, the plumbing skills, the carpentry skills as well.
Thomas says it's time for companies to come forward and train our people, and his company is taking the lead in that respect. The project will cost $941,000, but variations are expected to be factored in. Government makes these apartments available free of charge to needy residents. Julian Morris, Channel 5 News.
And the Attorney General is hoping that an out-of-court settlement can be reached over the deportation of Jamaican artist Tommy Lee Sparta. The artist and his 3-member entourage were deported in February 2014, a day after arriving here on a private jet for a concert in Portsmouth. He had threatened to take the matter to the Trinidad-based Caribbean Court of Justice. Attorney General Levi Peter told the media on Tuesday he hopes communication between his chambers and that of Jamaican Attorney General bears good results.
There's communication between the Attorney General's chambers in Dominica and the Attorney General's chambers in Jamaica. Hopefully, there will be more to say over the next week or couple of weeks. But there's communication between us. There isn't a settlement yet, but obviously, as I indicated previously, if it appears right from the discussions between us that the matter should be settled amicably, that is to say outside of court, then of course that's what will happen, because common sense sometimes has to prevail.
This is Channel 5 News. Coming up, another controversial Jamaican artist to perform here in May. We'll have the buzz on that.
Have you paid your mapping bill? The 10th of the month is disconnection. Upon disconnection, visit Mapping's main office. You will be required to pay off your balance and the reconnection fee. Reconnections will be done within 72 hours. So, avoid getting disconnected. Pay your mapping bill on time, because life is better with mapping.
We mixing white dog with anything. Only white dog. We mixing with anything, thing, thing, thing. Only white dog are beating. It's calling. I'm eating. It's calling. Only white dog are beating. It's calling. I'm eating.
White Oak. When it pours, you reign.
Fresher foods? Bold flavors? More time. Get it all with appliances from Quartz. Purchase any appliance $999 and over. You can be a weekly winner of $200 US cash. Plus, purchase any Mabe appliance and win $11,000 in prizes of your choice. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and pay absolutely nothing for 60 days. So find the solutions for your kitchen and laundry only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Thanks for staying with us. The Inland Revenue Division says it's pleased with the number of people who filed their income tax returns online this year using the e-filing system.
Over 1,000 clients have so far registered on the e-filing system, and the division says the journey towards getting people to file online is going well.
We would want to remind, though, that it's not just a system to file personal income tax returns, because the VAT returns can be filed online, and in fact we would encourage our VAT-registered taxpayers to actually use the system.
Anthony says significant numbers turned out to file their returns this year, but access to file online made a difference. We asked him about people who file late and the penalties.
Persons may feel that, okay, yesterday was March 31st, and maybe somebody didn't file a return and figure, well, they can't file. Yes, you can file a return. It's just that because it's late, there's a late filing penalty, and that is 5% of the tax on the chargeable income. So in some cases, actually that might be zero, because if there was no tax to pay, there's no penalty. And then the question could be, well, okay, I should have filed for 2014, I did that, but maybe I didn't file for 2014. Yes, you can still file. In fact, we encourage persons who have not filed to actually bring their filing up to date, because we wouldn't want, if, let us say, the person has to travel or something like that, that hinders the whole process.
Anthony also addressed the issue of people who have never filed tax returns and may be fearful to come forward now.
They should bring the filing up to date. In some cases, the penalties will be applied based on what the results show. And of course, the first order of business would be to say, well, you have to pay this amount in full. But there's also provision for persons to pay by installments. And so persons can actually come to us, get the filing up to date. If they owe too much that they can't pay one time, we can do a payment plan. If it's a case of an outstanding tax balance, it needs to be borne in mind that even if it's been paid by installments, there will still be penalties and interest. If it's a case where the person hasn't filed for a number of years and all they have is a late filing penalty, then it's just a flat penalty. So even if they can't pay all one time, they can pay by installments, and the penalty figure will never change.
In other developments, Director of the Drug Abuse Prevention Unit says there is a serious drug abuse problem among young people in Dominica. Research done by the department revealed that there is an increase in alcohol use among young people from as early as 12 years. The 2004 World Health Organization Global Status Report on Alcohol revealed that Dominica was among the top 5 countries in the world with the highest consumption of alcohol at 7.2 liters per adult. The 2014 World Health Organization Global Status Report reveals that Grenada is now the leading country in the Caribbean with the highest alcohol consumption level at 12.5 liters per adult. Jacinta Bani says based on research in Dominica, there are cases of alcohol use as early as age 10, but the average age is 12.
It reflects itself in the society. You have children dropping out of school because of the use, And if you go to the prison, you see the number of young persons who are in the prison, or you go to the APU, you see them there. And even sometimes by the roadside, they just sit there idle by. So we have a drug problem in Dominica that has to be addressed both by the communities themselves and the parents and schools and whoever is interested in the area of drug prevention.
What is the youngest age? Bani says there is a large volume of alcohol outlets around the island, and not many of them adhere to the laws pertaining to underage alcohol purchases.
Look out for the children. Do not sell alcohol for minors. And if somebody is already under the influence of alcohol, do not sell for them. This person is already drunk. Why are you selling alcohol to this person? You may want, yes, you want the money, But what about the consequences?
She says parents need to be more aware of their children's activities and make responsible decisions.
Very often parents come and say, oh, their child have an alcohol problem. And they come to you when the child is, or not a child, when the young man is about 18 and causing a lot of havoc. And sometimes I would say to them, did you see that child at 12, at 15, at 16? So we have to begin to nip it very early rather than wait until it escalates, because very often parents are in denial, about their children's use of alcohol and drugs. And when it escalates to a point where they themselves cannot manage, then they will come and seek help.
Banis cautions people who will be engaged in various activities for the Easter holiday, which begin on Friday and end on Monday.
So we at the National Drug Abuse Prevention Unit would like to call on the general public to, to remain sober, to be vigilant. First of all, do not drink and drive. That's a no-no. And we want to encourage drivers to wear their seatbelts. That's something we don't see much in Dominica. And to wear their helmets.
Meantime, Public Relations Officer of the Fire and Ambulance Services, Wayne Later, says the trend of cases of fatalities and accidents has continued over the years during holiday and festive seasons.
During those times, we have a lot of persons going to festive occasions either on the beaches or in the rivers. So we find the trend of persons getting drunk, it continues. And driving during those times also, a lot of accidents, particularly during those festive periods.
Later cautions homeowners against negligence during the Easter holidays.
Ensure that when you are leaving home, your gas is turned off. There is nothing lighting, or the stove is not alight with anything. We may load on the stove instead of putting it off completely. Try avoiding that. Also leaving appliances like the irons, leaving them on and down with the surface down. Avoid those things and just ensure a safe weekend.
Later advises people who intend to go on picnics or water-related activities to pay attention to the weather advisories before going out.
Because in the weather report they will say when the tide will be high and when there's currents at the seas. We want to encourage persons who are going out to swim. Do not go out, fly too far out in the ocean, but stay closer to the shore where you'll always be supervised. Also, parents with children on the beaches and in the rivers, ensure that the children, whenever they go in the water, there's somebody to supervise them. There's always somebody to supervise them. In the rivers, look out for the flash floods, because we know that during this time of the year we can have rain in the upper parts of the country, in the mountains. So be aware of the flash floods and always pay attention whenever you're swimming in the rivers or in the beaches.
And finally, a Jamaican artist, Alkaline, is due to perform on Ireland on May 2nd.
Global Experts and Danger Productions Inc. are behind the show, which Alkaline is headlining at the Ballpark grounds in Canefield. Jamaican Dane Smalling of Danger Productions Inc. is the booking agent for Alkaline.
So we do everything that we're supposed to do. We do everything by the law, we do everything by the book. It's Global Experts, Danger Entertainment keeping our show. So we follow the code that we have to follow, and we do everything by the law. No, I mean, anything at all you do, you'll find people thinking negative of it. I keep reggae shows and people like, why is Mr. bringing us? So it's like that. So we used to it. It's entertainment. If it's not for you, then just don't attend the show. If it's not your kind of show, then just stay home. Simple. It's a private property we keep in the event on, and it's an event that they have to pay to come to the show. So therefore, if it's not your thing, then you stay home. He has his fans will be there.
Last July, Alkaline was barred from performing in Nevis. According to reports, the office of the Nevis Premier instructed the country's police chief to cancel a permit for the artist due to his lewd lyrics. The artist was previously scheduled to perform here in December, but the show was postponed because of general election season. Promoter of the event, Dowling Alexander of Global Experts, says he has been getting good feedback from especially the youth on the proposed Alkaline concert.
You know, it shows you will expect sometimes some grown-up people, they do like the type of artists. And it have some people like the artist, and that is the way it is wrong. And you always get some people talk against and some people talk for.
That's news. Up next, your sporting highlights. First off, in athletics, Dominica's Carifta team is raring and ready to go as they leave for the 44th Carifta Games in St. Kitts. 11 athletes, including female contenders Zelly Charles, Donisha Xavier, record holder Shani Angol, Kelandi Bully and Anelia Austri left Ireland Wednesday with hopes of returning with a few medals. The boys, represented by Derek St. Jean, Raheem Joseph, Kimo Benjamin, Jazan Laurent, Joss Toussaint and Keon Burton, are also expected to carry home some gold. Chantal Graham is chaperone and team manager, while president of the Dominica Amateur Athletics Association, Cedric Harris, will represent Dominica at the Games Congress. Coach Godwin Dorset is confident that the team can perform at the Games.
We have 11 athletes going out, and I believe we are well poised for a very good showing in St. Kitts. The children are all excited, and they should be, as they have really brought about some very good results for us in Dominica. And I think the results which we are certain will be among the top finalists over in St. Kitts. We are happy we still have Shani Angol with us here, who is our star going out to the games this time, because she is the record holder for the javelin under 18 girls, and she's still in that same category. So we are expecting a new record in that category. We are well poised, and we're going out there positively to bring some good results for Dominica.
Next off in football, Dominica's under-17 boys left for Guadeloupe this week to participate in a football festival there. Gerald George has more.
The 16-man squad reads Edmond Sablo, Elisha Abraham, Danzel Dangleben, Usher George, Dante Moses, Sheldon Pierre, Fitz Jolly, Kenan Maroni, Kieron Maglo, Nelson Woodman, Joshua De Ravalier, Yanel Joseph, Jamie Parillo, Chauvin Bellot, Reinhard Regis, and Jomaya Timothy. The technical staff reads John Joseph, coach and manager, Lennox Walsh, assistant coach, Dolly Polido, trainer, Thora Robinson, medics personnel, and Christina Sobers, goalkeeper coach. The festival will run from April 1st to 5th, 2015. It is the first time the national under-17 boys team will be participating in this festival. The Lapley Academy, who has been participating in the festival for a number of years now, also left Ireland on Tuesday.
In more football, academy football seems to be attracting the attention and endorsement it needs in Dominica. Dominica's national team paid a visit to the Wayne George and Newtown Juvenile Football Academies last Saturday. There, Captain Glenson Prince noted that youth footballers need role models to assist their growth, hence their visit to the academies.
That was the whole plan, to give back to the community, and so that we can actually, the players can relate to us, right? Because we share our experience with the younger ones, because most of us came from academy, we are academy products, so we just felt that it was a very good initiative taken by the coach. These players look up to us. When I was the age, I looked up to players who were on the national team, and I don't expect anything different. They look up to us, and we were able to share our experiences with those players, and I think it will all go very well for them.
Manager of the Newtown Juvenile Football Academy, Don Leo Girl, stressed the importance of academies to local football development.
And there's somewhere between 8 and 10 academies established now around the country. And we have an under-15 competition going on at this present moment, and you can see the improvement of the students game after game. And we are very, hopeful, and we are very confident that the academies will make a difference, in the standard of football, the way that we play the football, and in terms of improving the skills of players at a younger age in Dominica. And we hope that in the next 5-10 years that, players from the various academies will be the bulk or the base of the national team, whether at youth or at senior level, and we'll see a higher standard of football, in Dominica.
Meanwhile, 2 young footballers with Dominican roots playing at the national level with the British Virgin Islands also have some advice for young footballers at the academy level. Trevor Peters, who left Dominica after attending the Portsmouth Secondary School a few years ago, endorses academy football, while Shamoy Thompson encourages discipline from a young age. Channel 5 Sports caught up with them after BVI's match against Dominica last weekend.
Okay, but the grassroots program is something that you endorse and you probably encourage others to do.
For sure, because at the end of the day, after me that or somebody else, you got somebody to pass the mantle too, so you can't do it by yourself. It's the generation behind you have to pick up.
The main advice I have for the youth who want to make it far in football is discipline takes you a long way, and that's true, discipline. I mean, you can have all the skill, you can, and not forget, your academics. But you can have all the skill, you can have the fitness, but trust me, that discipline, it will take you far. You need discipline to excel.
Your weather report is next.
Good evening. Welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I am Janelle Macpherson. Satellite imagery today showed some low-level clouds across the island chain. As a result, skies over Dominica today were partly cloudy to cloudy. Earlier radar imagery indicated scattered showers throughout the islands. The weather forecast for tonight, partly cloudy to cloudy with a few scattered showers. Similar conditions are expected tomorrow with temperatures peaking near 31 degrees Celsius. Sea conditions tomorrow are expected to be moderate with waves up to 7 feet. For the next 3 days, occasional cloudiness and some scattered showers can be expected across Dominica. Throughout the Caribbean tomorrow, low-level clouds will result in occasional cloudiness and scattered showers throughout the island chain. On the international cities forecast, partly cloudy skies expected in New York and Caracas, clear skies expected in Miami and Beijing, rain expected in London. The sun will rise tomorrow at 6 a.m. and will set at 6:18 p.m. For up-to-date weather information, please visit our website at weather.gov.dm or call our weather hotline at 447-5555. Thanks for viewing and have a good night.
To end the news, the headlines again. A bail and legal professions bill to be approved by Parliament by year-end. An alcohol and drug policy for Dominica. And Inland Revenue Division assesses the public's response to its e-filing system. Send your questions and comments to news@mapping2k4.com. You can also access the news on the TuneUp 767 app. On behalf of the production team, I am Lorraine Graham. Thank you for watching.